Alright, so what we're at here today is I'm just going to show you how to cook something that I cooked for the guys yesterday morning. We had some bread rolls that were left over and they were starting to get stale and we were going to throw them out. Now I'm one of those blokes that was brought up in that household a bit like most Australians, you know, mum and dad grew up in the Depression, waste not, want not, we don't throw anything out, uphill both ways to school, snowing all the time, winter snow, summer snow, I had a push bike, couldn't afford to ride it, all that sort of stuff, so I can't throw the bread rolls out. So what I did was this. I got the bread roll and I've cut the top off it. I pulled the middle out so you're left with just a hollow little pocket. I put that inside the hooded barbecue. Now if you haven't got a hooded barbecue, that's okay. Just a normal barbie plate with a saucepan turned upside down on the top of it or whatever. Just some way to dry it out and toast it. I've then got some bacon and some onion and I've just fried that up in the pan. I've put a little bit of garlic granules in there just for a bit of flavour. So what I do now is I get some of that bacon and onion and I put it inside there. And just sort of fill the pocket up a little bit with that. Not too much because we've got some other stuff to put in there too. So a little bit of that in there. Then I'm going to add just some grated cheese. It just melts nice in there. A bit of extra flavour. And then I've beaten up a couple of eggs earlier and I'll just pour them in over the top of the rest of that bacon, onion and cheese and just fill that pocket up. It'll run around a little bit. I think if you don't toast the buns first, this egg will actually just soak in too much to the roll. So we tip that in. I'll just top it up with a little more cheese. And I'll just slip it back in to the barbecue. And I'll just close the lid off now, just on a really low heat because you don't want the outside of the bun to burn before the inside and the egg is all set. So nice low heat, and as I've done today, I've just set the bun up actually on a little wire grate. So if you've got a trivet out of your camp oven or something like that, you could use that just to take the bottom of the bun off the flat hot surface of the plate. So just flip the lid down, give it 4 or 5 minutes, have a bit of a look. It's the sort of thing you just check as it goes along and get it to the point where you like to eat your eggs. So I had a look at this a couple of minutes ago. It looked like it was getting close. You've got to remember you're cooking egg inside there, so if you pull it out too early, your egg won't be cooked. I had a little bit of a sneak peek and I reckon it was a couple of minutes off. I'm pretty confident that it's done now, so I'm just going to take it out. That looks pretty good. So I reckon if you're used to eating bakes for breakfast and someone put that in front of you when you're out cooking, if you wanted to have a whinge about it, you're a bit of a fussy bugger, aren't you? Because that looks all right to me.
About 60 kilometers north of Carlisle is Point Koala. This is an amazing bit of coast. This is, to me, the epitome of the west coast. It's this red rock running right into the sea. We're going to be traveling north from here. You can keep going about 120 kilometers up to Gnaraloo, and it's all like this. This is a fishing heaven, but there's a dark side to that. Apparently over the years, quite a few people have died fishing off of these very cliffs. They've stayed too close to the water, king waves come, that's the end of their day. If you're going to come up here, just be sure to be careful, stay away from the water unless you really know what you're doing. One thing that's really neat here, there's a blowhole over here. And every time the right swell comes up, it shoots water about 60 feet in the air. I don't throw the word majesty around a lot, but when I look at these waves hitting this cliffside, it's just breathtaking.
You could drive around here and find a camp spot in lots of places, but the 3 Mile Camp on Gnaraloo Station is a great spot to set up your digs for a few days. The camp's located right on the coast. It's 10 k's from the homestead and it's the only place on Gnaraloo where camping is permitted. It's got close access to fishing spots, it's got a good spot to launch your boat, and it's got the famous 3 Mile Lagoon, which is known for its safe swimming, snorkelling, coral reef, and there's sea life everywhere.
Sitting back under the corrugated roof of the Hilton, our 5-star accommodation at Gnaraloo Station's 3-mile camp, I'm glad all of those people aren't here. The view is nothing but Indian Ocean as far as the eye can see, without another camper in sight. Okay, so 5-star has an entirely different meaning out here. 3 Mile is a basic campground with a small store and ablutions blocks. For many people, it is a base to go surf tombstones, allegedly the 3rd best left-hander in the world. Some people come to snorkel in the coral-filled lagoon at the end of the beach, and some come just to watch the sunset over the water from their very own Hilton.
You know, Craig, people buy expensive 4-wheel drives, all the gear that goes with them, and you need all that stuff. But it's really just a means to an end, isn't it? I mean, standing here watching the sunset over the Indian Ocean in a beach shack, waterfront, this is the end. This is really what it's all about, isn't it?
Fair dinkum, mate. You want to be in the running for Father of the Year? Bring your kids here, there's something for them. And if you want to be in the running for Husband of the Year, bring your wife here. Like, this is a special place.